Hi guys, so I'm back and this is a catalyst off of my voting in Black America video. Man, this haircut is banging. Yes, girl. I love having short hair. Okay, but anyway, so I remember that video where I said something to the effect of I will come through and talk about a lot of the executive orders that Obama passed and stuff like that. So I did want to go ahead and do that. And the reason why is because a lot of people give him more credit than he deserves. He actually was a detriment to the black community instead of a positive. Now, he was inspirational. It gave our children aspirations and dreams and hopes and that they can do it too type of thing. So mentally, it was great. But legally, when logistics and legalities are in play, it wasn't so good. And a few of the executive orders, for example, hold on. I actually wrote them down just so I could probably try to go in a little order. Shit. I did have them somewhere. It's probably in my room. Shucks. I thought I brought some notes in here. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I found some of them. Found my postcards from when I was doing something in one of my debates. I had debated on Obama when I was in college. So I had some of my old notes. This is what this is predicated off of. So I knew I brought them in here. I just didn't know where I set them. So I have to be quick. See, I only wasted 2 minutes. Gosh, I don't have that much room on my phone. I am a photo queen. So let's start off with the fact that... let's tell you about executive orders first of all, before I even start there. You know, executive orders do not have to be passed by Congress or anything like that. They become law simply by being published in the registry, in the federal registry. So with that being said, executive orders are kind of bypass Congress. Well, if you don't agree with it, then hey, this is what it is. Okay, I'm writing this in stone. So Obama didn't pass any executive orders saying that holding police accountable. Then he didn't pass any executive orders to help us out at all. But he did pass executive orders to make sure that the next president and the president after that can function with impunity. So if a lot of you guys are wondering why is Trump so reckless? Why he didn't have to hold a Senate seat for X amount of years and all these things that you have to, a law degree, all the things you have to be a president, have to have been in the armed forces at one point. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that he just go straight into the White House? Because he's popular in the male Christian demographic. Well, this is how. Okay, so let's see. First of all, Executive Order 1997, he could take over your lights and he could take over your gas. Just like that. So if you don't get no lights and no gas, he can cut it off, especially in times of war, especially in martial law. Now, it used to be that you needed to go through Congress to pass martial law. Now a president, this president, the next president just call federal martial law whenever they want to. And a governor, which is the president of the state, so to speak, he can actually pass martial law where he feels like it. So say, for example, and it has to be in times of, according to Obama now, he has to be in times of economic or drug crisis, right? So so that means that now martial law basically means that they can throw all the laws out the window and do what they want to at that time. So say if the governor of Houston, which is I should probably know, what is Sylvester Turner? Is he the governor? No, he's the mayor. Fuck, who's the governor? I don't know. Is this Ricky, the white girl? I don't know. I didn't vote for him. I don't, unless through grassroots, you don't have my attention. Because I already know you're going to get them to do the same bullshit the one before you did, the one before you, and the one before you. So anyway, so say the governor of Texas or the governor of Atlanta or Norfolk, Virginia, where you know where a lot of black people live at, say, hey, we got a drug crisis in Fifth Ward. We can declare, if Fifth Ward was a city, we can declare martial law in Fifth Ward and leave the rest of the population alone. We can declare martial law in Atlanta and leave the rest of Georgia alone. You see what I'm saying? Now, and then, let me show you how, because they love to say that Trump hated Obama and he undid every law Obama made. He didn't undo these executive orders. These executive orders are still in play right now. So, Executive Order 10997, you can take over electrical power and fuel. I know this one. 10990, you can take over transportation, be it highway or sea. So if you're trying to get the fuck away from here and you decide, well, bitch, I'm on a boat, I'm gonna get out of here on the water, I'm gonna row my way back to Africa, guess what? The Coast Guard come tell you, no, bitch, you can't be out here either. You gotta take your asses back. So, and that's how you see a lot of the recent freeway shutdowns and stuff like that whenever there's an insurrection, like in Baltimore a few years ago, or here recently in Texas where they shut down 288 and everybody was walking down the freeway. Well, guess what? It also shut down the 610 and everything where they wasn't protesting yet. So what happens is they could shut down the highways, they could shut down the seaways. Executive Order 9905, you can take over all communication, all media. This gave way to the executive order that causes our censorship on TV. Now, when I say this, did I say it right? Censorship? Desensitized. They desensitized TV. So you see, we have all these punks and these lesbians having sex on TV. And again, I have nothing against the homosexual community. However, when it's indirectly on my television, when I have not exposed my own child to this type of lifestyle, and now she's wondering why these two men are kissing, my nephews and they want to know why these two dudes kissing on TV. They don't even want to watch Teen Wolf no more because it's so much gay shit. It's more gay sex on TV now than it is heterosexual sex. That's because they have an agenda. Look at my video that says the truth about the LGBT political party. It is real. They have an agenda. So as soon as they got it desensitized and they got themselves where they can just get into your subconscious by any means necessary through all the media, because Obama passed the executive order that they can do so. He's the one that desensitized television. So now you have these men kissing men, these women kissing women all on TV, and it's influencing these impressionable young kids. Remember, there's a grab for your kids in the black community. Take a look at that video. So, really take a serious look at that video. It's the truth about the LGBT political party. It's probably about 3 videos down. Right there, after you hit that subscribe button, keep scrolling down and you see that video. So, then how about Executive Order 10998? Now, this allows them to take over foods and farms. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a big protest, a big rebellion amongst farmers, black, white, red, farmers in general, where they were very upset that, about them being forced to use genetically modified crops and stuff like that. They didn't want to. A lot of farms, believe it or not, have farm integrity, and they did not want to use that. Well, guess what? Because of this executive order, now they could take over the way that the farms and foods are produced, and a lot of farmers are forced to use genetically modified fertilizer and or seeds and or both. Okay, which is why the government doesn't have to answer for all the illnesses that can come with genetically modified foods, because he's allowed to. The government is allowed, according to 10998, they're allowed to go ahead and take over your food. So, bitch, you don't like it, then hey, what can I say? Executive 11,000. Guess what? 11,000 says that's 11,000. Guess what? You now have your free labor. Yes, civilians can be forced to work for free. Now, I don't know what the fuck they setting up for, but they setting up for something, because these executive orders are still in place. What the fuck does Obama, the people's president, want to pass one that says they have to work for free? All the free labor that we did already. Now, who you think gonna be working for free? Poor white folk, all the black people. The poor white folk gonna be over the black people, just like in where? I'm not gonna say the S word, but he can all assume what I'm about to say. Now, how about Executive Order 11,001 to take off of our hospitals, education and welfare. Now, y'all remember when back over there in Detroit a few years ago, like a year, 2 years into Obama's last term, where they had those EBT cards that didn't work. They had that the welfare reform all of a sudden start to take place, and now you have Trump talking about he gonna start giving out EMP packets for welfare recipients and doing the random drug tests and all that there stuff. Okay, well, that's where this is coming from. The executive order ones where everybody talk about Obama was looking out for black people, even though we both know it's a rumor that most black people on welfare. That's a goddamn lie. It's more non people of color that are on welfare than it is people of color, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. They could take over welfare. They could take over education and hospitals. So now what happens is that leaves them from not being responsible, the local government from not being responsible for the school to prison pipeline, because we know it exists. And since we want to start speaking out about it, standing up for our kids and stuff like that, they give the federal government Excuse me, there was something on my daughter's vanity. But that leaves us at the mercy of the president, because guess what? If he feel like, okay, shit, it's martial law, shut this hospital down. Oh, they have a new drug over there in 5th Ward, on the northwest side of Houston. Let's go ahead and shut down their community hospitals. Let's go shut down Benton. Let's go ahead and shut down LBJ, so they can't get to those hospitals. Let's close those freeways down, because remember, they already control the transportation highways and seaways. So let's close those freeways down. Let's close those hospitals down. All the teachers do not have to report to work. Bam, y'all better stay home because it's about to go down. They can do that now. And then while we at it, the EBT card is not going to work. Okay? Just think about how we can really be fucked because these executive orders that Obama passed. But have you heard one for your ass yet? No, you haven't, but I'm going to keep on going. Maybe you're hopeful. Let's see. And I did not do my debate with a biased eye. I went over all of his executive orders, okay? All of them. None of them benefited you. None of them. None of them was written exclusively for any group of people, but the ones that he passed for the LGBT political party. Those are the only ones that got an executive order passed just for themselves, and then that was by way of desensitizing television, allowing the marriages to hold up in court, and also the one that, what was it? Not the marriage, not the court, not the, and the history book thing. Okay. Now, the general postmaster can do a national registry. Now, you know what the general postmaster is. They're like the ones that are over the Census Bureau and stuff like that. So, and there are, he had the, he could have appointed the first black general postmaster, but he did not. I'm just going to say that. Just like he could have, appointed the first, what was the first black somebody in the Supreme Court, and he didn't. But, that's not what we're here about. 11,003, they can take over all aircrafts and airways. 11,004, he can force people to move at will. So that means Trump, when he ready to build that wall and say it's in the way of some people's houses, okay, bitch, all y'all got to go. Move. We refer to this eminent domain, which is done on a local or state level. This is the presidential eminent domain, so to speak. So yeah, bye, move. He can come move us the fuck all out of Texas. There, everybody says that Atlanta's been targeted with disease and stuff like that because of the black entrepreneurship that's going on there and all the black millionaires that are being made there in that one small state, that one small country state. Guess what? That they can go ahead and fuck with if they want to, because they can take over the schools. They can do martial law. There's a lot of things they can do against us because these federal laws that have been passed through the Obama administration that y'all love to say, oh, he did it for us. He's the people's champ. We still fighting the wars. He was people's champ. We at least won a few battles along the way, okay? Remember when they was out there protesting in Baltimore, he called them thugs. He called them thugs. When it was Crips and Bloods that came together to stop black business from being destroyed in that neighborhood. And we all saw that shit with our own eyes. I don't know where you were at, but I took a flight. So, then, Executive Order 11005, he can take over the railways. Executive Order 1051. Now this is 1151. I'm sorry. Now this one really struck out to me. Remember, he can take over in time. Now remember, the above takeover that I just mentioned are to be exacted in times of war or financial crisis. War or financial crisis. I'm gonna say it again. War or financial crisis. Now let's define war. Remember, there's a war on drugs. War or financial crisis. So don't just think war, North Korea, America, South Korea, America, Russia, America. Don't think in that big sense of war. Think of a broader sense of war. Because there's wars that can happen right here in this country amongst countrymen. Okay? In times of war or financial crisis. The above executive orders can be executed without impunity. Then you have Executive Order 11310, where the Department of Justice can take over the Department of Corrections. So that means all prisons and all jails can be ran by the Department of Justice. Now you know who's all in prison. Remember, at the above, they can have free labor, etc., etc. Remember, in a prison, you already have to do free labor. That was the new slavery, right? Okay, now remember, now let's talk about the stuff that he didn't overturn. That's been in effect for the last 25 years from Bush Sr. to Clinton to Bush Jr. Things that he did not eradicate. For example, I remember seeing him It was a guy named Eric Holder. He was talking to him about Black America or the racist laws or some shit like that. So this is to show you that that conversation was bullshit, because he did not overturn the Drug Act of 1998. The Drug Act of 1998. Hold on, wait a minute. Thought I put this on Do Not Disturb too. Oh, Niecy, I'm gonna be out there in just a second. Where am I at? Okay, anyway, so the Drug Act of 1998. So we have to remember what that is. Remember when they were saying if you went to jail for drugs, you couldn't get no welfare. The 20-year law. What else was in the Drug Act of 1998? The 20 years. You can't get no benefits. It was something else. Something about you could be punished by death or something like that. I can't really remember. But he didn't overturn that one. That was one of the most racist laws ever on the books. And then what about the Violent Control Act that came out in 90? Who was the president in 91? That was the end of Bush, the beginning of Clinton, right? Or was the beginning of Clinton altogether? I don't remember. I remember I was in like the 5th grade. Oh my God, I just told you how old I was. Don't do the math, please. Okay, now remember the Violent Control Act was... Now remember, under these acts, that's why you have a lot of... As soon as you see somebody get shot, they say, oh, it was a random act of violence or it was drug-related. The reason why they like it to be random act of violence or drug-related is because our cities and states get funding and money for those two things. We get like $7 million for drugs, like $3 million for random violent crimes. So right now, Chicago is swimming in the dough because of all that black on black crime out there. When we know that theirs was just the blackface, racist white people that was deputized and went ahead and caused the mass murder over there. But it's all good. Y'all seen that video that got snatched off YouTube where that man had got to that shootout. He ran over there to the victim and ripped the face off, and there was a white guy under there. And then he was like, man, these white folk out here. He was a gang member. I think he was a Vice Lord or a Crip. He was either he was one of the two. I know he wasn't the blood because I don't remember seeing red. He had on the black. He had on black or he had on blue. I can't remember. Y'all don't remember that video? That snatched it off YouTube so quick. I wish I had a screen recorded it, but I didn't. I saved it on my playlist, but it was gone. That video was deleted. You hear me? So yeah, he didn't get rid of that one. What else did that one have? Let me see if I wrote that down. I wrote down the acts. I know they get all that money. No, I didn't write anything down about it. But they get the money. That's why I like when that girl got her throat slit on the train. They put all those pictures of her up with her gun. Like having a gun is so wrong. Or like whenever you hear somebody get shot, oh, it must have been drug related. Or when there's an officer related shooting, it must have been drug related. Because if it's drug related, they get more money. The state gets more money. Okay? And they want that money. They get what? $7 million? Who don't want $7 million? So let me find some people for drugs. Let me say it's a new drug. All of a sudden, we have this meth epidemic. Even though there's not no war on meth, I'm waiting to see the war on meth so they can feel how we felt during the crack war, the war on crack. But anyway, now remember, like I was stating earlier, that the president can do federal martial law. It used to have to be for military reasons. And it could not be solely the president making that call. Now that actually had to go through the cabinet, the Department of Justice, the Secretary of State, all those people. It used to have to go through them before martial law can be declared. Now the president can do it on his own. So like I said in my other video, Obama made it so Trump could be president. Why y'all hate him so much? Obama made it so he can be president. He can function with impunity. And y'all be looking at him and speak saying, oh, he's so stupid. And how can he say that? Grab him by the pussy and all that there shit. He made it so a man like that, a tyrant like that, can be president. Okay? He didn't do us no favors. All these executive orders, did you hear anything for you? Did he do away with the Drug Act, the Violent Crime Act? No, he didn't do away with nothing that had us going into prison in droves. She covered it very well. And was it the 13th Amendment? If you haven't seen the documentary, go ahead and go watch it. It was these two acts that really made that documentary necessary and possible and had those people going in droves. Remember, the drug act of 98 was more so around the time where after Reagan, early Bush Sr., you know, then Reagan wanted to be tougher, then Clinton wanted to be even tougher when he made the 3 strike laws. All of that goes into the prison industrial complex. So, and he knows that's a problem in the black community. He didn't get rid of those two acts. Those two acts keep up going to prison over and over again. Matter of fact, in the Violent Crime Act, and that made it hard to be able to do an appeal. Yes, there's a lot of people that get exonerated after their death because they cannot get that stay of execution because of the Violent Crime Act. So, and I already talked about, and then President, and the National Guard are the ones that enact martial law. So you notice how we have all, like in Baltimore, back to Baltimore, that's one of our most recent insurrections, partially successful insurrections anyway. The first people there is always the National Guard because they're there to slow down or calm down rebellions, which is why I look at my video. Black people do not belong in the military. They use us against us. We do not belong there. That is not a place for us, and we don't belong there because, especially in the National Guard, we're going to end up busting the cap in our own people's ass because we're the ones that are going to be rebelling. They learned that shit a long time ago, that not to play with us like that. If somebody got to die, let it be their own people. Then they want to say black on black crime, but they don't send white people to calm us down when we get mad. They send our own people to calm us down when we get mad. You see what I'm saying? So think about that. So Obama was the president y'all thought he was, especially when he desensitized television and got all these kids confused. I remember when you couldn't even say bitch on TV when I was young. And the first naked body part that was on TV, and they clowned about that, was that flat, nasty white ass for, I think it was NYPD Blue or one of them shows with the white guy. He was kind of bald right here, had the hair, the straggly hair. They showed his naked butt when he was getting in the shower to have sex with that lady, and they showed a little piece of her boob. Y'all remember that? So now it's full out sex scenes, and now if you look and pay attention, there's more homosexual sex on TV than heterosexual sex. You saw Jamal have more sex than you saw Lucius and Cookie. I'm just saying. On Teen Wolf, we saw the gay guy that was hooking up with the other guy on the lacrosse team have sex more than the other kids. On what's that show with A on it? Two can keep a secret if one of them's dead. With A, what's the name of that damn show? But anyway, you saw the girl Emily having sex more than than Spencer and all them girls that was on that show. So you have to take a look at that and think about it. What did Obama do for the black community? Matter of fact, didn't they have that petition with over 2 million signatures on it? Over 3 million signatures on it to exonerate Marcus Garvey of the felonious case that was made against him? Huh? And he said, nah, he got other shit to do. Yeah, he got other shit to do. Desensitizing television, not doing away with the Drugs Class Act of 98, not doing away with the Violent Control Act of 91. Desensitizing television, that's the main one that pissed me off, calling black rebellions thugs instead of black rebellions. Oh, he had a lot to do. He was a busy beaver. But he was not busy benefiting you. All he did was put on that image and that blackface. I tell you nothing he did. Now, remember, Bush had fucked up so much to Africa raised their tariffs so high so they were basically refusing to do business with America. Okay? The Corporation of Africa refused to do business with the Corporation of America. So they needed a liaison to come and mend that. Okay? So that's why it was very important that his father was from where? Because they had to mend that. Okay? They had to mend that gap. So they needed a blackface on a blackface. I mean blackface in terms of black skin over a white body, over a white face. They needed someone of blackface because remember he was raised in a white community. He was raised by white people. And I think he knew he was going to be president a long time ago. Okay? But anyway, they didn't just snatch him out the woodworks because he spoke at some summit that only certain people get to speak at. And I was even wondering why the fuck he was there. When I was looking at C-SPAN, I was like, what the fuck is he? The next thing you know, 2 years later, he running for president. But anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss. So they needed to repair that rift that Bush did with his dumb ass. And because remember, Africa takes care of the Western world. Africa takes care of Spain. Africa takes care of Europe. Even though everybody in Europe want to live in Australia and Africa. Africa takes care of America, North America, and South America. Africa takes care of all of us. You see what I'm saying? So when they refused to do business with us, we were at a standstill, which is why we really started fucking with Northeast Africa, excuse me. Y'all call it the Middle East, but it's really Northeast Africa, but whatever. That's between you and the Pangea map, like I always say. So that's why we had to get control over there, because we still needed oil, gas, and minerals. So we got it from Northwest Africa, because Northeast Africa, because they had been defected from Africa a long time ago. Okay, so that way he was still kind of doing business with Africa, but not doing business with Africa because it's called the Middle East. Again, I don't know how you get in the middle of East, Northeast, Southeast, but I don't know how you get in the middle of East, like East, but whatever. Again, that's between you and the Pangea map. So they got him in there, and he repaired that. So that's why the first thing he did, if you don't believe me, go look it up. The first thing he did was take a trip to Africa. Talking about he was going to see his dad. Now he was going to do damage control. Which is why they put his black ass in there anyway. He had to put on that black face, go smile in front, pretend to be African over there so that they could start back doing business with us, because we was over here going through a recession. We was broke. Y'all remember the recession? That's why it happened. Because we was not getting those minerals and those goods and stuff on the low no more from Africa. And that's the same thing that Great Britain over there doing, because since they have that land appropriation going on in South Africa, a lot of nations in Africa are not doing business with Great Britain anymore. Okay, like Kenya, even Ethiopia. Well, Ethiopia got rid of the British, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of places are not doing business with Great Britain anymore. So what they do, they get the man of less lineage, who Henry, whatever his name is. He ain't gonna never be king no way, because he's too young of a son. So the one that looked just like Diana, the redhead one, the one that married the black girl. Now, what's the first thing she did when she became a duchess? Took her ass to Africa, because they raised their tariffs so high on Britain ass that they couldn't afford to do no business with them either. So they always get a black face. That and they was run out of melanin in their bloodline. You can tell they start to get real, real ugly. That little girl better watch out. She's there for a reason. Once she served her purpose, it's going to be a problem. She going to get Diana in a minute. So, like what Kaya say, she go your sword, because you don't need to fight, bitch, while you over there. So, anyway, so understand that. Understand why he was in the presidency, what his function was, why he was there, and he served his purpose. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. So, we kind of got to be mindful of that when we try to give these people credit. He never once said he was black. He never admits being black. None of that. None of that. His children all date white. They're all going to marry white. You have not seen his kids with not one black man. But his last 2 boyfriends was white as snow. Okay, so, yeah, I'm glad I got that out the way. I want y'all to subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Did Obama do anything for you that you could think of? Because he didn't do shit for me. And also, who else is in blackface? It was somebody else I wanted to mention to y'all, but I forgot who it was. So that'll be another video. So again, I love you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Remember, Obama was not the people's champ. He had a chance to do something for us, and he did not. He didn't take advantage of it. He didn't want to. He didn't wish to. Nor would he if he could. And we know he could because, again, executive orders don't have to go through Congress. Executive orders are through this shit on the floor. Damn. Executive orders do not have to go through Congress. I say it again. Executive orders do not have to go through Congress. So he could have easily put in an executive order for us. Easy peasy. What kind of executive? Write an executive order in the comments, y'all. And tell me what do y'all guys think he should have done. Or would you have done if you were in the presidency? I think I would have executive order 10010 stating that all land should be returned. Or executive order 1091, just because it was his tax time, bitch. 1091 stating that any black person that can prove slavery lineage, get 5 acres of land. Fuck it, 2 acres of land. You know what I mean? I would have done something to that effect. Anybody who's a victim of slavery can automatically do a citizenship so they can reiterate with their African roots. He could have passed some executive orders for Haitians. Because Haitians been getting fucked since 1804. So let's think about it. Instead of defending him all the time, let's hold him accountable for what he did not do in the black community. He didn't do anything for us. He never said he was black. That man referred to himself in his own book, in his own words, as a mutt. A mutt is an inferior breed mixed with a superior breed. So who is the inferior breed in him and who is the superior? The white woman that raised him or the black father that got her pregnant and burned out and went back home? She only got with him to spite her parents, I'm sure. Look, you guys. Okay, we have to stop. Stop. Let's get us some grassroots politicians that's really gonna do some things for us. Okay, for us. You know, this whole Gucci thing and H&M, and y'all don't last long. Y'all are not a very committed people. You have to be a committed people. You have to be committed to something. You have to believe in something. Okay, you can't just protest Gucci now and then be rocking that shit next year. Just like y'all was protesting H&M and then not all y'all can buy is H&M. And they still the coolest monkeys in the jungle. So we have to say something and stick to it. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be a need for T.I. to advertise black companies that he don't even wear no way. When we should automatically know who they are and automatically be supporting their brands anyway. Okay? White people should be begging us for our business. Not vice versa. Not vice versa. Support your own. Okay? Support your own. Again, this is Black Span. Thank you, and I'm out.